Thank you. Well, the sky's the limit in Johnson County for young students looking at exploring a STEM education and careers in aviation with the soon-to-open Aeronautical Center of Technology in Greenwood. And it appears to be coming at a very opportune time. There was a serious pilot shortage that threatened the airline industry before the pandemic, and it's expected to get worse. United Airlines estimates that half of its 12,500 pilots will retire over the next decade. For more on how this new aviation program in Johnson County could serve as a big driver in training that next generation of pilots, pleased to be joined by Aeronautical Center of Technology Education Coordinator Roger Tomey and President of the Experimental Aircraft Association, Chapter 1354, Greg Hill. Gentlemen, welcome to the program.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
Thank you.
Hey, Roger, I'll start with you. The idea for this new center in Greenwood, it's going to open in August, so you're a long way toward that opening now. But how did the idea come about in the first place?
Well, I've always wanted to be a pilot, and I never thought there was an opportunity to do that until later in life when I finally had the resources and time. When I was a young man, that was totally out of the question. When I was blessed enough to get my pilot certificate, I thought, I bet there are other kids who are in that same situation who would have the ability and the desire, but not the resources to do so. And a lot of schools, we found out, really were not pushing aviation. We formed our EA chapter, as Greg will tell you, in 2002, and the sole purpose of that was to get kids involved in aviation. And so we thought, let's just try to get involved with the local school corporations. We wanted to enhance their academic programs and not take anything away from them and give kids the opportunity that some of us older guys never had.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how it started.
Yeah, well, and Roger, this again comes at an opportune time. There's been a lot of talk about it, but to tee this up, there really is and continues to be a pilot shortage that's really affecting the industry.
Oh, there certainly is. In fact, American Airlines, and you mentioned a while ago about United and their problem, they're going to have in the future, but American Airlines, according to the FAA, has the oldest pilots in the industry. This shortage is going to get very critical. A few years back, the Aircraft Owners and Pilots Association did a study on flight schools on what was the dropout rate in those schools, and that included universities. The average dropout rate was 60%.
Wow.
On this, and that's because some of these students are coming not totally prepared for what to expect in the training. And this is why we want to get it at an earlier age. That's why we started the Aeronautical Center. This opened up for grades 5 through 12. And then when the kid graduates from high school, if they get into our pilot program, which is a high qualifications to get into it, we guarantee that you'll have your pilot certificate before you graduate high school.
Wow.
And that way, when you go on to the university or to other training, you're going to be well prepared.
Yeah, Greg, let's talk about this new center at Greenwood Airport. Going to be a lot of focus on technology, innovation, science, technology, engineering, and math, STEM. Talk about the experience that young people will have at this new center.
Well, there'll be an opportunity to take ground school to get their private pilot license. Roger and one of the other instructors here on the field have been holding ground school lessons here at the FBO building for several years. And we're looking forward to having that same type of instruction there at the Technology Center. One of the other parts of the program, high school kids will build an airplane from a kit under adult supervision. We're looking at a kit airplane manufactured by Vans Aircraft, and it will probably be about a 2-year project. There's going to be some other programs there as well. The STEM, of course, engineering, mathematics, science, technology. So there's going to be a variety of things there. We have the Greenwood Library would like to come out and host a meeting. They've asked to come out end of September and have a paper airplane contest.
Yeah.
So we're anxious to see how that turns out.
Yeah, Greg, I know you're focused on diversity too. You got a number of partnerships with groups around town, and that diversity issue going forward with the pilots is an issue you want to address.
Well, I can address that issue.
Yes, we've got two high schools Roger, are you in on this?
Yeah, it seemed like I lost the video there for a while on there. Everybody seemed to disappear on me.
Yeah, go ahead, Roger.
Okay, do you have me now?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, the diversity into this program is we work very closely with the Tuskegee Airmen chapter of Indianapolis. Reggie Duvall, the president of that chapter right now, we've been involved with them for several years. Matter of fact, we currently have a young man from Braybuff High School who was sponsored by the Tuskegee Airmen. He's getting ready to take his check ride to obtain his pilot certificate. That's one of the main things we want to do with this education center, especially bring in minorities and other adverse minority groups.
Hey, Roger, very quickly, we're out of time, but this is not just Johnson County. This is Johnson County, also into Marion County and other areas.
That's correct. Yeah, we deal with not only with Johnson County, but with all of Marion County and with the inner city, dealing with the Tuskegee Airmen as well on that. We're open to private schools and to homeschool students as well.
All right. Roger Tomey and Greg Hill, the Aeronautical Center of Technology in Johnson County, going to open in August here, kind of the fall semester. Congratulations on this initiative, and we look forward to following the progress.
Thank you. Appreciate that, Gary.
All right.